Hello everyone, welcome to English POC by V. I'm Emily, and with me is John. Today's episode is all about daily habits of successful people. So, sit back and join us on this exciting journey as we explore, learn, and grow together.
All right, so today we're going to be looking at, habits of successful people, daily habits, and it's kind of geared towards English language learners.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, it's good information for anybody, and we're going to kind of unpack what they talk about in there, see what makes them tick,
right?
And see how you can apply those things.
Yeah.
We're talking about things like Tim Cook waking up before the sun,
Mm-hmm.
Bill Gates think weeks,
Right.
Oprah and her dedication to meditation. So, lots of interesting stuff to dive into.
And what I find interesting about this one is that they don't just list habits.
Yeah.
They actually dive into the why of the habits.
Yeah.
Like, why do these habits work?
Yeah.
What are the underlying principles?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in. One of the first things they say is that, habits are like building blocks for success. Yeah.
Which makes sense, right?
It does.
It's not about making one grand gesture. It's about those consistent daily actions.
Absolutely. It's like that compound interest,
Oh, yeah.
But for your goals.
Yeah.
So little by little, day by day, those habits, they add up to something huge.
Yeah.
They talk about this concept called habit stacking.
Yes.
And it's so interesting. It's basically, attaching a new habit that you want to an existing one that you already do.
Right.
So like, for example, you have your morning coffee.
Right.
Then you read for 10 minutes.
Right.
You're already doing the coffee routine.
Yeah.
Why not just stack reading on top of it?
Absolutely.
Genius, right?
Yeah. And it's all about taking advantage of those existing cues.
Yeah.
So remember the cue routine reward.
Yeah.
This video mentions that, and identifying your own cues and rewards can be game-changing
Absolutely. Yeah.
when trying to build new habits.
Speaking of routines, the video goes into morning routines.
Mm-hmm.
And get this, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple,
Right.
wakes up at 3:45 a.m.
Oh, wow.
every day.
Okay.
He uses that quiet time to exercise, get a jump on his emails.
Right.
I mean, talk about dedication.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily about the time.
Right.
It's more about having a structured morning to kind of set your intention for the day.
Yeah.
So Oprah, for example,
Yeah.
she starts her day with meditation, exercise, and a healthy breakfast.
Wow.
That's her power hour.
Yeah.
And it sets her up for success.
Yeah. And I think that's a really good point. It's about finding what works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily copying other people, but
Right.
you know what works for you.
Yeah.
Now, the video shifts gears and it talks about goal setting.
Okay.
And they bring up Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
We all know he's a big thinker.
He is a big thinker.
But he breaks down those huge goals
Yeah.
into smaller.
Actionable steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, we have Sheryl Sandberg, who emphasizes realistic goals.
Yeah.
So it's not about being a dreamer or a pragmatist.
Right.
It's about kind of having that roadmap to actually achieve the goals.
Yeah.
And then they bring up the acronym SMART goals,
Yes.
which I'm sure you've heard before.
Of course.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Yes.
And they use this example, just saying I want to be healthier is kind of vague,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
But saying I'm going to exercise for 30 minutes 5 times a week
Right.
for 3 months, that's a SMART goal.
That is a SMART goal.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how simply writing down your goals and picturing yourself achieving them can actually make a difference.
Yeah.
There's a whole science behind visualization.
Yeah.
And these successful people, they tap into it.
It's like you're creating a mental blueprint for your success.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got morning routines, we've got goal setting.
Yep.
What is next?
Hold on tight, because we're about to enter
Okay.
the land of continuous learning.
Okay.
And they use some pretty big names here.
All right.
Bill Gates
Oh, okay.
and Warren Buffett.
All right.
Prepare to be inspired.
Hit me with it. I'm ready.
So Bill Gates
Yeah.
is known for his think weeks,
Yeah.
where he isolates himself
Wow.
to just read and think deeply.
Wow.
We're talking like 50 books a year.
Wow.
And Warren Buffett,
Yeah.
he dedicates 80% of his day
Oh my God.
to reading.
Wow, that's commitment.
It is.
But it doesn't have to be all books, right?
Right.
The video mentions podcasts,
Yes.
online courses,
Absolutely.
that kind of stuff.
And even engaging in good conversations with knowledgeable people.
Yeah.
It's about fostering that growth mindset and constantly seeking out new perspectives.
Yeah. Just like we're doing here.
Just like on the deep dive.
On the deep dive. We're all about those aha moments.
Yes.
And helping you expand your knowledge.
Absolutely.
But it's not just about knowing more, right?
Right.
It's about doing something with that knowledge.
100%.
So what do you think about that?
So here's a challenge for you.
Okay.
Dedicate even just 20 to 30 minutes each day to focus learning, whether it's a podcast episode or a chapter in a book. It'll make a difference. Trust me. Challenge accepted. Okay, so we've got morning routines, we've got goal setting, we've got continuous learning.
Yes.
What other habits do these high achievers swear by?
Well, the next one might seem obvious.
Okay.
But it's something that a lot of people struggle with. Networking and building strong relationships.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, and it's more than that, actually. It's about building genuine connections that can offer support opportunities and even different perspectives on your work.
Right.
The video highlights Richard Branson, who says that relationships are the foundation of success. Okay, so how do we build these strong relationships? Because it can't just be about collecting business cards at those awkward networking events.
No, you're telling me.
Right.
So the video emphasizes authenticity. And genuine connection. Be a good listener. Offer value to others before asking for anything in return. And go to events that genuinely interest you.
Right.
Yeah.
They also mention utilizing platforms like LinkedIn.
For sure.
Yeah.
And think about it. We've all benefited from a strong network.
Right.
At some point in our lives, whether it's landing a job, getting advice, celebrating a win.
Yeah.
Those connections matter.
They do.
Yeah.
And it's not just about being an extrovert, right? It's about finding those shared interests and values.
Exactly.
So online or offline?
Okay, so action item for you. Think of one person you could connect with this week. Either to offer them value.
Right.
Or to learn something from them.
Love it.
Yeah.
Now ready to tackle the next one. Bring it on.
All right, so this one focuses on well-being. The video emphasizes that a healthy lifestyle is crucial for sustained success.
So it's not all about working hard. It's about taking care of yourself, too.
Exactly. And they use Mark Zuckerberg as an example. Even with his crazy schedule, he makes time for exercise. And it makes sense. Taking care of your physical and mental health directly impacts your energy, your focus,
your mood,
your creativity.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic. How do these busy people find time to fit it all in?
It comes down to priorities. They schedule it in, just like any other important meeting. Jeff Bezos, for example, founder of Amazon, prioritizes getting 8 hours of sleep.
8 hours?
Every night.
I haven't managed that since. Never. I get it.
He sees it as essential for his ability to function at his best. Even small changes can make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Right.
So here's a challenge for you. What's one small, healthy habit you can integrate into your routine today? It could be as simple as taking a 10-minute walk, drinking an extra glass of water.
Or finally trying that meditation app.
Yes.
Everyone keeps talking about.
Exactly.
I love that small steps, big impact.
Speaking of impact, are you ready to dive into a habit that can seriously impact your productivity?
You bet.
Okay.
I'm always looking for ways to work smarter, not harder.
All right, so the final habit on our list is all about time management. And the video has some pretty interesting insights, especially from Jeff Bezos.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So Bezos is all about prioritizing tasks and avoiding unnecessary meetings. He even has this 2 pizza rule.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard of that?
I have heard of that.
He avoids meetings that require more than 2 pizzas to feed everyone.
I love that. Keep it small, keep it focused. So what other time-saving gems does this video offer?
Time blocking is a big one. Basically, you allocate specific blocks of time for different tasks. And of course, good old calendars. To-do lists are essential for keeping track of everything.
They also mentioned Elon Musk, who breaks down his day into 5-minute intervals. Talk about meticulous scheduling.
But I guess that level of intentionality is how we get so much done.
Right.
It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart.
That's right. And so as we wrap up this section on time management, what are your biggest time management challenges?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And a perfect place to pause for now.
Okay.
In part 2, we'll recap all 6 habits.
Okay.
And explore some final takeaways and action steps for you.
Sounds good. I will see you then.
See you soon.
All right. So welcome back to the deep dive. Before we go any further, let's do a quick recap of those 6 daily habits of successful people that we unpacked from that English Globe video.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling inspired to level up my routine a little bit.
It is inspiring, isn't it? It's like peeking behind the curtain and seeing how these high achievers structure their days. But I think the key takeaway here is that you don't have to copy them exactly.
Right.
It's more about understanding those principles behind the habits.
Yeah.
And adapting them to fit your own life.
Absolutely. So let's refresh our memory. We started with the importance of a structured morning routine.
Right.
Tim Cook's early rising and Oprah's, blend of meditation and exercise were great examples of how starting your day with intention can set you up for success.
And it's not just about what they do, it's about the why.
Right.
A structured morning routine helps you take control of your day before it takes control of you.
Yeah.
So it's about creating that sense of calm and purpose before you dive into the chaos of the day.
Absolutely. Then we went into goal setting, emphasizing the importance of clarity and action.
Yes.
We talked about Elon Musk's ambitious breakdowns and Sheryl Sandberg's focus on those achievable targets.
Right.
And it all kind of tied together with that SMART acronym.
Yes.
You remember specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Yes. I love the SMART framework because it takes the guesswork out of goal setting.
Yeah.
It forces you to be specific and create a plan for actually achieving those goals.
Right. And they even talk about visualization, which is something I've personally found to be really helpful.
Me too.
There's something about picturing yourself succeeding that just makes it feel more real and attainable.
Absolutely.
And then we moved on to continuous learning.
Yes.
Inspired by Bill Gates' Think Weeks and Warren Buffett's dedication to reading.
I know.
Imagine having that kind of discipline to dedicate that much time to expanding your knowledge.
But I think what's even more inspiring is that they're both still learning.
Right.
Even after they've achieved such incredible success.
Yeah.
And it just shows that learning is a lifelong journey. It's crucial for staying ahead of the curve and adapting to this constantly changing world.
Absolutely. And the key takeaway there was to make time for learning every day.
Right.
Whether it's through books, podcasts, online courses, or even just engaging in thought-provoking conversations.
Exactly.
Which, speaking of conversations, brings us to our next habit, which is the power of networking and building strong relationships.
And I think the example of Richard Branson really hit home here.
Yeah.
Because he emphasized that relationships are the foundation of success. And they provide not just opportunities, but support and a diversity of perspectives.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of being a good listener, offering value to others before asking for anything in return.
Right.
And attending events that genuinely interest you.
Yeah.
Both online and offline.
Exactly.
It's all about building those authentic connections with people who share your interests and values.
And, it doesn't have to be a daunting task.
Yeah.
Just think of one person you could connect with this week to offer them value or learn something from them.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the importance of a healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
You remember those examples of Mark Zuckerberg making time for exercise and Jeff Bezos prioritizing 8 hours of sleep?
Right. And those might seem impossible to replicate for the average person.
Yeah.
But the underlying message is so crucial.
Right.
Taking care of your physical and mental health is not a luxury.
Right.
It's an investment in your success.
Absolutely. And it impacts your energy, your focus, your mood, your creativity.
Everything.
Everything.
Right.
The video highlights the importance of regular exercise, a balanced diet, staying hydrated, getting enough sleep, and incorporating mental health practices like meditation or mindfulness.
And it's not about being perfect.
Right.
It's about making small, sustainable changes over time.
Maybe it's drinking an extra glass of water each day, going for a 10-minute walk.
Right.
Or finally trying that meditation app you've been meaning to download.
Yeah.
And finally, we tackled time management with Jeff Bezos's 2-pizza rule for meetings and Elon Musk's meticulous 5-minute interval scheduling.
I talk about efficiency.
Yeah, and those might seem extreme.
They might.
But they highlight the importance of being intentional with your time
Yeah, time blocking prioritization, using calendars and to-do lists effectively can make a huge difference in your productivity.
Absolutely. And it's all about working smarter, not harder.
Right.
And, listening to all these examples has been so inspiring. It really drives home the point that success isn't some magical formula or a matter of luck. It's built on these consistent habits and routines applied day after day.
It's about making conscious choices that align with your goals and values.
Right.
Showing up consistently even when you don't feel like it.
And recognizing that these habits are interconnected.
Yes.
A healthy lifestyle supports your ability to focus and be productive. Goal setting gives you direction and purpose.
Right.
Continuous learning keeps you adaptable and open to new possibilities.
It's all part of a larger system that works together to create a life of success and fulfillment.
Absolutely. So as we move towards the final part of our deep dive, what is the one key message you want our listener to take away from all of this?
I think the main takeaway is that they have the power to create the life that they want, one habit at a time.
Yeah.
It's not about trying to do everything at once or comparing yourself to others, but it's about identifying those habits that resonate with you and finding ways to incorporate them into your daily routine.
I love that.
Even in small ways.
It's about progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
It's about taking those small steps today that will lead to big results tomorrow.
Absolutely.
We'll be back shortly to wrap up this deep dive with some final thoughts and inspiration.
So good.
Until then, keep those wheels turning. All right, welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered so much ground in this episode, exploring the habits of some really remarkable people, from, structured morning routines to continuous learning. We've really unpacked a whole toolkit of strategies for success, all thanks to that English Globe video you sent our way.
It has been a fascinating journey, hasn't it? And, I think what struck me the most is that these habits aren't just for CEOs and billionaires.
Right.
Like, they're really universal principles that anyone can apply to achieve their goals, no matter how big or small.
Absolutely. And as we kind of wrap up our deep dive today, I'm curious to hear what resonated most with you out of all the habits that we discussed. Which one has really stood out?
That's a great question. They're also interconnected. It's hard to isolate just one. Yeah. But if I had to choose, I think I'd say that habit of continuous learning has really been on my mind.
I can see why, we talked about Bill Gates' Think Weeks and Warren Buffett dedicating 80% of his day to reading.
I know.
That's a serious commitment to learning.
Those are some serious commitments to learning. But it's not just about the quantity of information you consume, right?
Right.
It's about what you do with that knowledge. And that brings me to kind of a thought I've been pondering.
Oh, okay.
What if we took that concept of continuous learning even a step further?
Okay. I'm intrigued. Where are you going with this?
So what if instead of just like absorbing information, we also focused on creating something new with it?
Okay.
Something that applies our knowledge and skills in like a really unique way.
So you're saying it's not just learning for the sake of learning, but it's about using that knowledge to make a difference, to, build something valuable, to solve a problem.
Exactly.
I like that.
It could be anything. Like writing a blog post, starting a side hustle, volunteering your time for a cause you care about, or even just having like a really deep conversation with someone and sharing those insights.
Yeah.
It's about turning knowledge into action.
That is so powerful. I love that. It really takes continuous learning to like a whole new level.
Yeah.
It's about becoming a creator, an innovator, a contributor.
Exactly.
I love it.
And so as you reflect on all of the habits that we've discussed today, I'd like to challenge you to think about what unique skills or knowledge you have and how can you use those to create something new, something that makes a difference.
Wow, that is such a fantastic challenge and a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
So we've reached the end of our deep dive into the habits of successful people.
Right.
And we really hope that you found this exploration insightful, inspiring, and most importantly, actionable.
Absolutely. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination.
It's about showing up every day, making those conscious choices that align with your goals and values, and never stopping learning, growing, and creating.
And as always, we're here to guide you along the way. Until next time, keep diving deep.